Obviously, a big game today. Uh, Vegas is the hottest team in the league right now. They really got their offense humming. Just about everybody on their team's playing really well. We've been playing well as late. Should be a great game, and looking forward to it.
Hey, coach, what are you going to do about Asia Wilson?
What does anybody do? Uh, she's obviously been on a tear. She's been playing amazing. People have been throwing bodies at her, and she's been making the right decision. Uh, she's an unselfish player to go along with being just a incredible talent and one of the world's best players. You try to mix it up on her a little bit, try to make it so that the reads aren't so easy. You hope to just make it a little uncomfortable for her, give her nothing easy. Uh, but everybody's trying to do that, and nobody's having a lot of success with it right now.
Coach, at shoot around yesterday, you said, you don't want to necessarily put throwing everything toward Asia because she has teammates that can help out. Which is one of the teammates that are, I guess, make you a little nervous, or the other teammate that, that essentially you want to keep an eye on the most?
Well, I mean, they have great players on their team. Asia is, one of the best in the world, but they have, that she's surrounded by other great players. That's why it's so hard to guard her. You can't just throw 4 or 5 bodies at her because they have so many good players. Jackie and Chelsea have been playing exceptionally well as of late, and Jewel, since she's gone to the bench, has really picked up her production. Just seems like they have everybody playing well at the same time, which coincides with a big winning streak for them.
And coach, one of those players in the starting lineup is KB, who you obviously coached at Florida Gulf Coast. You were out there after they won one of their WNBA finals a couple years ago, celebrating. What does it mean for you as a coach to see kind of one of those players that you saw a few years ago in college kind of have the success that KB has now?
Uh, yeah, it's great to see. Getting her opportunity to get more minutes and that she's been really productive with it. And it takes time in this league, and she's put in the work, and now she's seeing the rewards of it. And I was at her clinching game in the finals both years, um, but I hope to never beat another one.
Hey, coach. I know it's a regular season game. I know every game matters and blah blah blah. But this is the one team you haven't beat. How much of a must win is a game like this going down the playoff stretch, knowing what Vegas has been a nemesis to this team this year?
Yeah, I think it is a very important game. Obviously, we're fighting for seeding for the playoffs. The more home games you can have, it's to your advantage. We know how hot Vegas is, so it'll probably be a playoff type atmosphere today. And we look forward to that. I think that helps prepare us. As for must wins, like nobody's season's ending today. You just want to play as well as you can possibly play. Winning could have some ramifications for seeding later. Uh, but I think you would be sending the wrong message if every time there's a big game, you're saying it's a must win because only one of us is going to win and both of us are going to go on and both of us could still accomplish our goals no matter what happens today.
Coach, you've talked a lot about the sort of schedule and how it's hard to not necessarily manage everything, but just get everything done that you want to get done. Having 3 days off, these last couple days, how has that been helpful for you in planning for today?
Well, I thought we've had a couple good days of practice and we've been able to, work on some situations and hopefully continue to improve. I still think that we have a big window of improvement that we can make before the playoffs. We just don't have a lot of time. So we have to, uh, we're being kind of short with the practices and stuff, but we're being really deliberate on what we work on and that we're able to apply it once the game happens.
Hey, coach, from preseason to now, sitting number two in the standings, most franchise wins. What would you say is the key ingredient that's created this winning formula? Maybe something that's underrated in your eyes?
I don't know if anything's underrated. If it helped us get to this position, it was obviously really important, but we just have a lot of really good players. And their willingness to play together and share the ball and, work within a system. I think, that's probably the biggest thing right now. You can't win without a lot of great players. We're very fortunate that we have a lot on our side and that they've been having great years, and we continue to improve throughout the year.
Last game with the Aces was really close. Since then, you've had 2 big wins. What did you take from the last game against the Aces into those wins and into today?
Yeah, last time with the Aces, it came down to essentially the last shot. Since then, we looked at that film. There's some things we thought we could clean up. But you can't spend too much time on any one game because the next game is so fast and you have to be prepared for them. And they're all big games. You lose any game now, you could slide 3 spots in the standings in one day. So, for us, what we took away from it is like we had built to lead, and we kind of showed like, you know what, you take just a few possessions off or a few possessions of not sticking to what we are and who we are. All of a sudden a 10-point lead becomes a 2-point lead in less than a minute. And all that work that you did for 3 quarters, now you got to start all over again. And doing it on the road with a team that was hot as Vegas, it's still a great game, but obviously we would have liked to finish that one off.
Coach, you may have already answered this, but I'm just wondering now, since the Aces game, also Pow Pow's been in the starting lineup. It's tough to not have a true point guard with Jordan out, I'm sure. What are you liking about what you're seeing? I mean, she's just a rookie, but what do you like about her game as she's come along?
Well, Pau has a really good pace about her. She gets us going in transition. She's also a high-level shooter with a quick release. So you need to pay a lot of attention to her, and that creates more space for, the BGs and the Breeze or, the Rise or Leashes to attack the rim. So, she's done a really good job since she's been inserted into the lineup, and she's tough. She likes moments like these. She's played in big games, countless big games, and she relishes that opportunity.
Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. I wanted to ask you a question about pressure. We hear a lot about that when these big, kind of games come up, and obviously with the playoffs coming up. How do you and your staff define pressure, or do you feel pressure?
It's a good question. I mean, I think you can sense when there's pressure in the game. Now it's a matter of who can pull together and kind of calm things down when things seem to be at the craziest. And in truth, it's basketball. Like, no matter how much pressure there is out there, we can all just take a deep breath, enjoy, the game. Hopefully you come out on top. Hopefully you execute well. But it's a lot of times the pressure is really what you're putting on yourself rather than what anybody is really doing to you.
And we'll finish with Nikias. Nikias, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I had a quick question about your defense. Your team ducks under more screens than anyone in the W by a pretty wide margin. Has that always been a personal philosophy of yours defensively, or is that more personnel based for you?
It's definitely more personnel based. We've been going over more screens recently. But some of it is not just dependent on what you want to do. It's also like how the game's going to be called. Like, if you can't go under the screen, if teams can roll and it's not going to be called an illegal screen, if they can roll into you and kind of take you out of the play and make it impossible to go under, and it's not going to be called, then you can complain about it all you want, or you better make an adjustment. And, sometimes we have to make sure that we're being more physical at the, point of attack there and trying to fight over more screens. We don't want to be completely predictable all the time. So we do change up our coverages on occasion, but we want to be able to utilize whatever path we need to defeat the screen.
Thank you for your time, everyone.
Thank you, guys.